Cowboys have played their best game of the year when you least thought they had it in them. And they have beaten the Philadelphia Eagles 27-20.
They beat the Philadelphia Eagles, Brad Sham, and they kind of saved their season. They had been 0-4 on the road. They went into Philadelphia. They ran the football. They racked up 400 total yards. Ezekiel Elliott had a $151 on the ground, and Jason Garrett was happy.
You know, one thing you know about Zeke right from the start, we knew this in the draft process, and since we got him here, is he loves football. He works very hard at it. He cares a great deal about it. He wants to be a great player. He wants to have a big impact on our team. And I thought he handled a lot of the distractions last year very well, came back from them, and now he's focused on those same things that we thought he was always all about. And he demonstrates that each and every day, and certainly on Sundays. So I feel really good about him, where he is and where he's going.
Charlie Casserly's here at the front office with you now. You add Amari Cooper to the mix. Granted, they're 1-1 with him, but you get a lot more 11 personnel. You're running the ball more. Is this kind of a winning formula we saw Sunday night?
Oh, I think it is. You know, when Dak was good, they had a running game. What a running game gives you is it gives you simpler coverages. Now, when you add a receiver, and the big thing we said, who's he going to throw to? Nobody. You put Cooper in the game, he can win one-on-one coverage. We showed that in the videotapes leading up to the game last week. Now you have to bring over somebody to help him, otherwise Cooper's going to have a big day. This opens things up for the reads and makes them simpler and clearer for Prescott. Think back to his rookie year. He hits that first pick, their first receiver, more times than he was doing before. Now he's got this. Clean it to him, and it opens it up for Ezekiel Elliott. So Cooper has had an effect on Prescott and the running game.
The running game in which they were dedicated to last time, which I think is a big thing as well. They totally went away from the run in that Monday night loss in the second half to the Titans. Charlie Casserly back a little bit later. Thank you, Charlie, with his keys to the game for the TNF game. Let's focus, though, on this game, which, if you didn't see on the bottom of the screen, the Cowboys and the Falcons. This game is coming up 1 o'clock Eastern time in Atlanta. Tiffany Blackman joins us live from Flowery Branch, where Devondre Campbell admitted that they didn't take the Browns very seriously. Enough on the Browns. Let's focus on the Cowboys and what they're saying about what Charlie was getting at, Tiffany, that this is different with Amari Cooper.
It definitely is, and Coach Dan Quinn just got done with his press conference a little while ago, and he said Amari Cooper, he's equipped to do anything that offense, that Cowboys offense, needs him to do. He can play inside. You can go over the top with him. He said he can catch passes in traffic, and what we have seen from Cooper is just that versatility. That's what Quinn was talking about. He said they're able to feature him in just a number of different ways, and he has made a drastic impact in just a short amount of time. Since week 9, he's become their top receiver, leading them in targets, receptions, and receiving yards. And kind of going back to what Charlie was talking about, is he is opening things up for that offense and for Dak. And some next-gen stats for you. When I was taking a look at those, what jumped out at me was the fact that Dak Prescott is throwing less in tight windows with the addition of Amari Cooper. And the targets for Dak's targets, they are averaging more separation with Amari Cooper on the field. So as Charlie said, and we're seeing it, he's definitely opening things up for that Cowboys offense.
We've talked so much about the Falcons offense this year and how, other than last week, they seem to be back on track now with Steve Sarkisian. We've kind of overlooked the fact, Tiffany, I know you haven't, that this Falcons defense has just been racked with injuries. Thankfully, Deion Jones is on the mend.
Yes, he was activated off of IR yesterday, and Coach Quinn reiterating that they are in no rush to push him back. You know, Quinn, their staff, more importantly, Deion Jones himself, they all know what he's capable of. So Quinn said they are not going to work him back, into that lineup until they all feel he can fully be Deion Jones. And you talked about that defense just being depleted, pretty much from day one, the start of the season. That, of course, is when Jones got hurt. So getting him back is going to be huge for this defense. Remember, they've lost both of their safeties in Keanu Neal and Ricardo Allen. This defense, they consider Jones one of their leaders. He was one of the big communicators, their lead guy on the field. He will assume that role back of communicator when he does get back on the field for them. But he also led this team in tackles the past 2 seasons. So this will certainly help this defense. And, of course, they've also added Bruce Irvin to that group as well. But getting Deion back is going to be big for these guys.
And Bruce Irvin, who was wearing 52 last week, Alex Mack has 51. That I know threw some people off. A little odd, at least it did to me. Tiffany Blackman there with the